we go. There's Femke Bol. This may well be her only outing of the championship. She's been fairly conservative in her choices. There's Alistair Chalmers, Joshua Folds, Emily Newnham and Lena Nielsen. Nielsen setting a British 300-metre indoor record recently. As are the Belgians. Julian Wateren. Well, there's the Czech quartet. Dasinski, Perkova. Well, the Irish, of course, the reigning European champions outdoors. Charlene Maudsley. So it's Guijarro, Fra, Erta and Avilés.
And Phil, this is history being made. The first ever major international championship mixed 4x400 metres relay indoors.
Absolutely. Well, each leg 2 laps of this Omnisport Apeldoorn arena. At the moment, well, Kelly of Ireland running very well at this stage. He's up on the shoulder of his Czech rival. Also running well, Wateren as well, coming around the second bend on this first lap. Wateren now as they break for the inside. It's Wateren, the very fast 48-second 400-metre hurdler. But on his shoulder, Schmidt of the Netherlands. And Schmidt is getting roared around this track as they come up with 50 metres to go. Schmidt's dodged around Wateren, and it's going to be the Dutch that hand over. So Schmidt's going to hand over to Emma Salberg.
And Phil, that was fabulous finishing from Schmidt there. You know, he stayed strong, and he and the Belgian squad got 2 or 3 metres on the pack.
Emily Newnham now running extremely well in third place for Britain. She's made up a lot of ground on the 2 women in front of her. This is going to be extremely competitive for the medals. Also bringing Spain up into contention, Carmen Avilés as well. It's neck and neck though between the Netherlands and Belgium. Now Salberg, she's just edged out. She sort of blocks the way forward for Vervet. And it's going to be Salberg in front, coming around once again. Tony van Diepen waiting for Salberg to hand over the baton, but she's starting to tire, and it's the Belgian Vervet and also Emily Newnham. Frankly, that was a great leg from Newnham as she hands over. It's 3 abreast.
Phil, Salberg there was holding the rest of them at bay, and it slowed and enabled the teams in 3, 4 and 5 to close up, and that means it's tighter now halfway round this third leg than it would otherwise have been. Belgium leading then from Great Britain, and the Netherlands in third. Femke Bol, their secret weapon on the final leg for the Netherlands. If they can just stay within 3 or 4 metres of the front end, Bol will have a fabulous chance of getting that gold that is so desperately wanted at the end of this first evening session here.
So it's Belgium in front at the moment, having a great run. Just behind him in second place, it's Joshua Folds, but it's Belgium who's going to hand over in front to Ponnet. But look at what's happening. Femke Bol having to work her way out to the inside. She's been blocked by Ponnet. She's just drifting back at the moment. But Femke Bol, sub 50-second runner indoors, let alone outdoors, is just biding her time. She's just looking so relaxed. Ponnet having to work very hard, and just behind her we've got the Finnish runners from Great Britain and Northern Ireland and Spain. So it's a 4-way battle for the 3 medals at the moment, but it's Belgium leading the Netherlands. Now Femke Bol just looking so comfortable, so relaxed. She's up on the shoulder, 100 metres to go, and she just glides past her Belgian rival. Bol is heading for home. I think Bol just eased up a little bit over the final 50 metres, and it just means that it's not going to be a championship record ratified, but nevertheless, gold, than the very first gold of these championships, goes to the host nation, the Netherlands.
Well, surprise, surprise. I think Femke Bol could have taken over 10 metres down and probably won that, but she was in touch. Her 3 teammates did a fantastic job. Schmidt, Salberg and Van Diepen to keep them right in there, the interest right up there, and then she was able to do that one, frankly, on 3 motors out of 4. That was very comfortable indeed. Brilliant running by the Belgian last leg runner, Ponnet. I thought she might be caught by Lavin Nielsen, but she was given a lot to do with a poor last changeover for Great Britain there between legs 3 and 4. But Nielsen did a great job to hold on and come through for that bronze medal. So brilliant bronze for Britain. Fabulous silver for the Belgians. And the Dutch, what a way to wrap up our first day.
But there's confirmation of the results. What you saw with your very own eyes. Netherlands 3:15.63. It is a championship record, but it's not going to get ratified as the inaugural European record. Belgium and Great Britain, Northern Ireland taking silver and bronze after that thrilling finale to day one here in the Omnisport Apeldoorn Arena.
The coach told us, run smart, because you're going to get carried away. When I went into the blocks, my heart rate was in my throat. I just say, keep it quiet, keep it easy the first 2, and then you can go. And I got carried away by the crowd.
Well, with a crowd like this, it does not feel like training, even if it's at your home track. No, it was something amazing. Of course, you have to run smart. It was my first race, so it was a bit more like uncertain than usually. But with this amazing team around me, we can do great things, and I'm really proud of us. I didn't hear that too much. I heard it when Nick overtook. I was like, okay, they're allowed. But I think we were prepared for it, because it's like Nick says, you can get carried away by it, and you need to use it in a smart way and not get carried away. But I'm so proud how everyone ran. It's so nice to run it in front of this amazing crowd, and we're happy. Yeah, not too much. I think I take a bath. We have a nice bath in the hotel. And,
Sauna, ice bath, protein.
Yeah, just support the others. I mean, we have 50 athletes on the line, so there's every day a chance to support people, even if it's from home or like the hotel.
Cathal Doyle, a 3:53 miler in that Lavin race, just getting himself in a little bit of trouble there as Ingebrigtsen just gradually eases up round the outside there. Look at the power of the Norwegian in that red strip.
And that's just caused chaos further down the field. You see Cathal Doyle getting caught up with a bit of pushing and shoving. The Irishman, unfortunately, is just adrift of this group at the moment. But that's what happens when Ingebrigtsen makes his move. Everybody overreacts. Verheyen finally pushes himself past Gillevert. The Belgian does have the lead at the moment. But Verheyen, Ingebrigtsen, Gillevert, as they move through with 300 metres to go.
Ingebrigtsen then, as ever, rises to the top in the latter stages of the race like a fine cream. So relaxed. Van der Heyden running a lovely race. Cathal Doyle, I'm sure, will put in an appeal as he is down and out of it, as Ingebrigtsen leads these 6 through the bell. And it's 3 to go through by right, that's all. Keane of Britain back in 5th place, has got some hard running to do. So indeed has the Portuguese Peleteiro in 5th, but Ingebrigtsen just winds it up down the back straight. The power oozing out of every pore as he comes around the final bend into this short straight. It's going to be very tight for the minor places. The Frenchman goes through by right there, and on the outside the Portuguese gets through as well. But it was very, very tight for those minor places. Gillevert certainly went through behind Ingebrigtsen, but Ingebrigtsen, Gillevert, Verheyen go through. Pereira misses out by 4/100ths of a second. Very, very tight indeed. And Ingebrigtsen looks like he could do that again. That was like a repetition in training. And we can have a look at those who make it through to the final of the men's 1500 metres. Forget the times, they're irrelevant in races of that nature, as they should be come the final. It depends if they use those lights on the inside of the track. But Ingebrigtsen the quickest ahead of Gillevert and Verheyen, the fastest heat of the 3. Gurley and Habs and Peelstrom in the second heat. And the other heat, Nada and Selmini and Farken. They are separated. You can almost have a wide line between, a thick line between the top 3 and the next 3, and then the bottom 3 from the rest. So, 7 athletes, 3 places up for grabs. Away they go. Hunter Bell, well, the #1 European this winter, world #5, and in fact outdoors with that amazing 3:52 in the Olympic final in Paris last August. She's the 11th fastest athlete in history. Hunter Bell running a smart race. She's running the shortest line from the front on these short straights and wide, stretchy bends. Winds it up a little bit more on this last lap. Guillermo of France in second place still. The Portuguese Afonso in third. Down the back straight for the penultimate time, and she really has controlled this one with real authority, has Hunter Bell. She's stretching away every 100 metres or so. I bet if you could measure it, there'd be a slight clicking of a notch each time she goes through a 100-metre point. The bell this time And Hunter Bell still has plenty of company. She can't relax too much on this final lap. Guillermo in second place. Afonso, Portugal in third. In fourth place is Mattia of Czechia. Based in Prague, 10 times a Czech champion. Down the back straight, it's Afonso trying to get up there with Bell, but as they go into this final wide bend, there's still 4 in there. Trying desperately to get back on terms with them is Sasinek Maki. As they come towards the line, Hunter Bell just stretches away, looking very relaxed. Guillermo second, Afonso third. That's the 1, 2, 3. 2 Portuguese into the final already, and 2 French athletes as well after Chloé Emel won the first heat. Well, certainly nothing wrong with Hunter Bell there. She looked absolutely fantastic. Controlled it from gun to tape, ran it like a pro. Managed everybody else's hopes and aspirations as they thought they might get any sniff at an acceleration and moving up into a shoulder hanger. So she kept clicking it up and up and up. In that last 3 or 4 laps, it got quicker and quicker.
There's a summary of the qualifiers for the women's 1500 metre final tomorrow night. Georgia Hunter Bell, fastest coming into this championships and fastest qualifier. Gata Guillermo, Salome Afonso from that second heat. All the fastest across the line. Chloé Merle and Lisa Kowska across the line in pretty much the same time. Patricia Silva just behind them in the first heat. And Etta Guerrero, Reve Walcott-Nolan and Jocelyn Vind complete the 9 athletes from that third and final. There is Lorenzo Simonelli, his first race since the Diamond League final in the outdoor season. And what sort of shape is the outdoor European champion bringing here to Apeldoorn? Alin Alton of Romania goes in lane 7 in his 13th race of the season. And Wilhelm Belosian all the way out in lane 8. We saw this in the women's race, some of the high-profile athletes on the outer lanes. Great start from Simonelli of Italy at the moment, leading the way with Ellie Beccari. But look at Wilhelm Belosian on the outside. Belosian of France glides away. 7:46. That is a great clocking from Belosian. It equals his season's best from Lavin. He set that behind Grant Holloway at the World Indoor Tour. Belosian actually won the World Indoor Tour overall in the end. So Belosian, it wasn't the fastest of starts from the Frenchman. Maybe it was the camera angle deceiving me. But Ellie Beccari equals his own national record. I wasn't aware that was also an under-23 record. Beccari in great form, getting his season back on track with the second place here.
Well, it wasn't the quickest of starts from Belosian, but he really got into his stride. Bit of woodwork being shattered there, but over the last 2 hurdles, Belosian really laid down the gauntlet. Beccari on his inside doing so well. European under-23 record recently introduced. Simonelli struggling though. Yeah, crashes through that last hurdle. Just wait for confirmation as to whether he's got through automatically. No, he's going to probably have to wait and see whether he gets through as the fastest loser. Kilian got up on the inside. A bit difficult to spot the pole on the inside while we're paying attention to Belosian, but Kilian gets through as the 3rd automatic qualifier. Simonelli just doesn't look sharp, does he, compared to what he was doing last year when he got the World Indoor Silver Medal?
Well, he's not raced for months and months and months. It's a gamble coming here, really, Simonelli. But 7:66 at the moment. Him and Luck are both faster than the 4th place finisher, Czechia, in the first heat. We are going to get 4 time qualifiers. But this, the 4th and final heat, trying to qualify for tomorrow morning's semi-final for the men's 60 hurdles. And they race to the first hurdle of 5, pretty even in the middle. Martinez trying to separate himself further. That is some run from Jakob Szymanski. Dessel of Austria clattered into the 3rd hurdle, knocked over the 2nd, fell over the 3rd. He's halfway down the track. But Szymanski, that's the best he's looked since that 7:39. 7:51 looking very, very smooth. Martinez, there was no one really to choose over those first couple of hurdles. Great to see Martinez separate himself and give us 3 men through to the final. And a good finish from Sevilla as well. Try and sort out those time qualifiers for you as the times in this heat are confirmed.
There we have the complete lineup of the men who will progress to the semi-final tomorrow. Belosian, the quickest man, the 2021 champion. 7:46, and not very far behind him on terms of times. Just Mattia, his compatriot, 7:47. Going through his fastest non-automatic qualifiers. Hordan, Simonelli, the defending European outdoor champion, along with Owasui and Lakara as well. But now it's back to the track with the women's 60 metres hurdles. We've got the two-time former champion, Nadine Visser, won in 2019 and then in 2021. Visser the fastest in the field at 7:82 this year, 7:77 personal best. Well, he kept them standing for a long time, but now they're away. And now Visser, she took her 2 or 3 hurdles to get into her stride, but she came through so strongly over the final 2 barriers. And Visser takes her very, very convincing win there. 7:89, the clock stops at.
Yeah, I didn't think it was the best of starts from Visser, but she was very strong through the second half of the race. She didn't panic, second to left there. Certainly a great start from Alessandrini of France, their third from left. But Visser here, when she turns it on, really accelerates between those barriers, gets that lead leg down so fast off each barrier. Bang, look at it, get it down, slap it down and start driving for the next stride. Very, very competent indeed. She's a big, powerful athlete, and that was very, very competent indeed, Phil. As you say, 7:89, comfortable enough. Well, there is that result confirmed, or rather semi-finalists. And Skrzyszowska, yeah, she was the cream of the crop, Phil, but it was pretty tight.
Well, in the end, it was a superb run from Nadine Visser, getting back to her top form. There you can see the non-automatic qualifiers, including Toth and Alessandri, 4th and 5th from that first heat. They were joined by Herska, the defending champion. Hasn't broken 8 seconds this year, but rounding into form nicely at the moment.
Now, this could be a big one. Peleteiro Cambayore, opened with 13.92. She's in 3rd place. She probably has done enough to make the cut, but she wants to make sure of it. Crowd getting behind her. Tokyo Olympic bronze medalist. Paris Olympics last year, finished in 6th place. She's very consistent. That's better, that's big. And she took off behind the board. Normal service is resumed for the Spaniard. 13.92 her opener. This next mark should start with a 14, and a very comfortable 14.2 from Peleteiro. 12 centimetres behind the board. She loved that. 14.14. It's the biggest jump of the day. It's also further than anybody here in Apeldoorn has jumped this winter. Repeat that in the final, which she has now, of course, qualified for, and she will almost certainly take gold.
Defending champion Tuğba Danışmaz up next to jump. It's a foul for her in the first round. It did look like a nice jump though, so hopefully the Turkish athlete can just relax. Would have moved her run up, adjusted her run up. It was so inspired, that gold in Istanbul. There are questions about whether the championship was even able to go ahead after that earthquake on the Turkish-Syrian border. It claimed so many lives, and Danışmaz as a home winner in Istanbul, it was really what the country and the organisers wanted and deserved. That's another good jump. Will she get the green flag? Similar to the first effort. I think it is going to be okay for Danışmaz. And that will see her join the 2 automatic qualifiers. We've seen over 14 metres so far. Thumbs up from the coaching team. Just waiting for confirmation in the arena. To the naked eye there, it looks like she's just dropped the right side of the 14-metre mark. Perfect on the board. Very nice. It's come up at 14 metres and 10 for Danışmaz, so she can get her tracksuit back on, go and recover. Portuguese athlete Gerson Balde, brilliant start to the indoor season. 8:11, he was the world leader for a few weeks. Hasn't quite matched that in his competitions afterwards, but Balde's got a kind of room to spare in terms of making this fun. That's a lovely, lovely start from Gerson Balde. Let's have a look again. I'm getting carried away with this graphic. It is a valid jump for Gerson Balde. And I mentioned that early start to the season over 8 metres, and he didn't actually go over 8 metres again. From that competition in January all the way up to this weekend. And I think he has done it again today here. It's come up on my system as 8:11. So Gerson Balde does have an automatic mark into the final.